The production efforts of the hardworking farmers of Moruca in Region 1, Barima Waini, have been significantly boosted with the delivery of promised agricultural equipment, machinery, and other vital inputs as requested by the residents just over a month ago. Among the items delivered to the residents of the Amerindian community were fogging machines, grass cutters, spray cans, and wheelbarrows, a cushion bait, and a variety of seeds, complements of the National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, NARI. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa and a team of senior officials from the Ministry of Agriculture traveled to the community for the presentation of the equipment and supplies in keeping with commitments made by both President Dr. Irfan Ali and Minister Mustafa during previous outreaches to the Moruca sub-district. During that outreach, the residents had expressed the desire to expand and improve their cultivations, but lamented that they were hindered in so doing by the lack of equipment and machinery, especially as it relates to clearing new lands and transporting their produce from the farms. They also indicated to the visiting government officials the items they required immediately. Speaking at the handing over of the requested supplies, Minister Mustafa said his ministry and government on the whole was committed to supporting the efforts of farmers across the country, and that he's encouraged at the enthusiasm being displayed by the farmers of Region 1. Minister Mustafa stressed that government takes its many commitments to the people of Guyana seriously and seeks to deliver on those commitments in a timely manner, especially in the very remote regions of the country.
We are not coming to say that I will come here, or other ministers of government or the president will come and say that I am coming here today and I will say that we will do this. And when we leave, we forget about everything that we see. I came about a month ago, sometime in November, and there were a number of requests. I visited some villages, and then we had the final meeting in Santa Rosa, and there were some requests that farmers and residents would have need certain things. And I said we'll look to see what we have, and we'll try to see as much as possible how we could fulfill those requests. And I want to tell you, as I said, those things that we are making commitment for to you are things that we see it very important for your welfare, things that will help you in your livelihood, things that will help you to develop your community. And that is why 2 years ago, just over 2 years, when we went to the election, we went with a number of commitments and promises that when we get into government, or if we are elected into government, we'll ensure that we do these things. And I want to tell you, less than 3 years, we are now just over 2 years of our term in office. And almost all the commitment and promises that we have made in our manifesto, we have fulfilled. And that show the importance and the seriousness that we take our promises and commitment. And not so long ago also, we must remember that a lot of promises that were made were never fulfilled. And we had to come into government to do it and fulfill it. And we heard Miss, your own Sarah, just talk about the agriculture sector. And for us in the government, agriculture and the agriculture sector is one of the most important sectors.
The Agriculture Minister told residents of Moruca and surrounding communities that government is working tirelessly to improve the lives of every single Guyanese, farmers included, and that this is evidenced in the recent increases announced for the discipline services and healthcare workers, noting that this is an ongoing process that will see every category of work in the public service given significant salary increases.
So we are seeing today that more and more allocation, budgetary allocation, we are seeing today more and more resources are being made available to the people of our country. And we recognize that for us to develop our country, we have to invest in the people. We have to invest in the people. You all remember not so long ago when the oil bonus was given, nobody knew anything about it until the matter was raised by the then opposition leader, Comrade Jack Deo. And after 100 and something days, then we knew where that ExxonMobil would have given us 18 million US dollars. But today we are seeing that this is not a testimony from me as Minister of Agriculture, but we are seeing international agencies, we are seeing international bodies testifying and talking about the openness and the transparency that our country is enjoying today. We are seeing many countries around the world are talking about Guyana, talking and using the Guyana as example. Because what we are doing, we are working to ensure that every single citizen of our country will invest in their future.
Commenting on the lands that he had observed underwater on his way in, Minister Mustafa said that an assessment will be done to ascertain the extent of the flooding and what can be done to help the affected farmers get back to the land, but that assessment can only be done when there is an improvement in the weather.
So today we are here, as I said, and I want to assure my brother there, I know for a fact when we were coming just now, I was showing Sarah the area that are flooded out. But we can't do anything now. We have to wait and see and do an assessment. As a matter of fact, the Ministry of Agriculture will always assist the farmers. As long as we do an assessment and see what is, have been destroyed, we'll try our utmost to see what input we can give you back to go back to the land as quickly as possible. It is in the country's interest that the farmers produce. When you produce, it's not only you benefit from it, but the entire community, the entire region, the entire country. So that is why we are investing and we are seeing the allocation in the agriculture sector have been increasing year by year. When I became Minister of Agriculture, we have seen budgetary allocation reduce from $18 billion in 2015 to $11 billion in 2020. And today, after 2 years in office, just over 2 years, we have seen the allocation move to $30 billion we have seen in the agriculture sector. And that is more too because only the other day we had some supplementary funds from the National Assembly. So we are seeing more and more works that are being done in communities across our country to build the infrastructure, to ensure that people have the kind of resources, have the kind of infrastructure so that they can produce.
In addition to the agricultural tools and equipment for the residents, the Agriculture Minister also delivered on his promise to the community as it relates to the rollout of the Black Giant Chicken program in that region, in which each household would be given 20 baby chicks. The Black Giant chickens are a dual-purpose bird that are good for the production of eggs as well as for their meat.
So this morning, I know for a fact many of you are here, and we are here to deliver on our commitment. We have a program, an ongoing program, that we have rolled out in communities like these, and we have said that every household will receive, we'll try to ensure that every household receive at least 20 Black Giant bird, so that you can start that part we will give you, and you can start ensure that you wear that and increase your output. So every family, and the program have already started. 500 have already been delivered. Today 500? 587. And today we'll deliver another 2,000. And that program will continue until every household receive their quota. Also, I know for a fact that when I came here, a number of requests were made for tools. So today we'll be delivering things like fogging machine, cutlasses, file, spade, water can, rake, shovel, wheelbarrow, spray cans. Also, what we'll be doing today, we'll be giving grass cutters, we'll be giving shade house materials. Those were the requests that were made when I were here. Also, there were some farmers and organizations that asked me that they need us to help them with some swine, pigs, piglet, and the piglet were distributed some weeks back. And I want to assure my sister there, over there, if she has a group, we'll work with her group and any other group to ensure that we help the group to have their portion of help too from the Ministry of Agriculture. So after this discussion, after this meeting, we'll be meeting and we'll see how we can help your group and any other group. But today, these 2,000 birds that are downstairs, every single person who are here, household, will receive 20 from the Ministry of Agriculture. And we'll be giving also the tools over. We have made a commitment to the school when I went to Maramuri and another area, Manawaran, that I will ensure that we build 2 shade houses for these 2 areas. We have brought the material, and very shortly I have asked, and they asked me for some broilers. I'll be giving them on Saturday, right? Saturday, we'll give the broilers to the school. So you could see that all the commitment, all the promises, all the requests that you have made will be delivered today. And that is very important. You know why it's important? Because when we come, we don't come with empty promises. We come, we talk, we commit, and we deliver. And that is part of your government. That's why you elect us into office.
The Agriculture Minister also took the opportunity to hand over a quantity of toys to the children of the Region 1 community, part of the Ministry of Agriculture's annual toy distribution exercise that is conducted nationwide.